Hi everyone. My name is Victor, like she said. I'm a developer from Stockholm, Sweden, but that's not actually why I'm here. I'm here to share my enthusiasm and inspire you to help us expand reality. Let me just... Okay. I'm a musician at heart, but my mind has been elsewhere since the Oculus Kickstarter. I was the drummer of a metal band, touring and playing about 100 shows each year. Most of the shows were abroad, and it's because of one of those shows that I happened to end up in Washington. I never thought I would get off the work I did, leave my country, or get married, but I didn't used to believe that VR would be possible before I turned 25 either. I'd like to take this opportunity and say a personal thanks to Potter Lucky. He's the founder, for those of you who don't know, I think most of you should know, he's the founder of Oculus VR, and ever since his Kickstarter, he's been working every day to make VR accessible to everyone, and I think that's worth a round of applause. His work has had a rather odd impact on my life. I invite strangers to my home just so that they can experience what can't be explained with words. In conversations, I can't contain myself and ask, have you heard about the Oculus Rift? I've had over 500 pairs of eyes gazing through my Rift into worlds that only used to exist in science fiction. And I've had people who never played a video game say, take my money and get me one of those. I usually give them the order page of Google Cardboard after I explained about the current piece of hardware they need and the price point for that. I strap my laptop on my back and I tape Wiimotes to my legs. I booted up Skyrim with a bunch of mods just to try and get a feeling of what a free motion experience in VR would be like. There was not a lot of free motion involved because I had to carry a 6-pound transformer and drag 2 sets of extension cables in my hallway. Then I got to try, like a year later, I got to try VR Arcade here in Seattle, and that's amazing. That's what it should be like. I convinced my wife that we had to drive to LA so that I could experience Oculus Developer Conference Connect. And not only did I spend our vacation money, but after those 3,000 miles, my wife's Cavalier ended up at the junkyard. And she still doesn't mind that I'm about to build a holodeck in our apartment. I had been intoxicated on the first development kits, plastic fumes, quite a while, and I had a lot of dreams about VR and what the future, systems of the future might be like, but nothing could prepare me of what I was about to experience in Hollywood. It was the first time to let anyone outside the company try their Crescent Bay prototype, and being one of the first to sign up for the demo, I got to experience something that only a handful of people had before that. Presence in a virtual space. Presence is the sensation of being teleported into another place, and another time if the creator so chooses. Not only did my brain believe that I was somewhere else, but in one of the demos you also get the illusion of being someone else. You know that what you're seeing isn't real, but when VR is done right, your brain registers the incoming data as real and it treats it as such. This cannot be experienced by any other medium, and is the reason why VR is so compelling. Presence is the reason for Facebook's $2 billion acquirement of Oculus VR. It is the reason for the coming change in how we interact with computers, and it's the reason why we are here today. There's no novelty in presence. It doesn't wear off. If it's there, you'll know it. And after you had your first taste of it, there's only going to be one thing on your mind. I have to go back. I have to go back, but not to where I was. I want to go anywhere else. But without content, there is nowhere to go. The hardware is already at a decent quality, but even Oculus states over and over how important it is for us developers to get on board. It doesn't matter how much I work, I'm not going to create the metaverse on my own. The VR space needs help from all fields of knowledge. Developing a virtual reality application isn't only for seasoned game developers, it's for everyone with a creative mind. This is a paradigm shift that opens up the possibility for everyone to create applications. It doesn't matter if you're an artist or a developer, a musician or filmmaker, a writer or actor, doctor, teacher, mechanic, or the dude. If you're interested in virtual reality and have ideas but no means, please come and talk to us at Chronos about it. We can provide you with knowledge, mentorship, and potentially a team of developers. Prior knowledge is good, but no one knows what the killer app for VR will be or how it will come to be. I have some big ideas, but they are all just ideas. Vision and will is what drove me headfirst into a field I only used to consume, and now I am contributing. This would not be possible without tools such as Unity and Unreal. For those who don't know, they are public, free-to-use 3D game engines, and they both support the Rift natively and let you focus on being creative. And creativity is what we need. The entry level for development requires a PC and a development kit, which Oculus is providing to anyone for a fraction of what this hardware used to cost. And of course, your choice of input. The question of how we will be interacting with the virtual world is seen as the elephant in the room by many developers. And there's a lot of general doubt in this area. Getting your hands and body in the virtual space, it is the next natural step. Oculus knows this, and so does Valve, who recently presented their own VR system, Vive. For those of you who haven't seen the system, it actually allows you to walk around in the physical space while moving in real time in the virtual. And they also, this is where Oculus is lacking at the moment, is controllers. You need to see your hands in the virtual space, and Vive does this. It can resemble your hands, lightsabers, or any other prop that you can think of. This is what all of us have been waiting for, and if Valve keeps their promise, it will be on the hands of the consumers by the end of this year. This says a lot about how fast development is going right now. I mean, 2 years ago, like, we had the first development kit that I'm demoing down there, and it's a simple LCD screen with a 720 split by 2. It's nothing. And today, like, the headsets that we get to experience at the game shows, they literally blew your mind. Like, you haven't seen anything like this before. Affordable real-time motion capture will lead to an even stronger sense of presence. Research has shown that our proprioceptional sense depends on the visual aspect of seeing our hands and limbs. There are companies like PrioVR, Perception Neuron, and Control VR, which all have development kits lined up for manufacturing. Actually, Perception Neuron just started shipping their Kickstarter hardware, which is, for those who pledge for it, it's a full motion body mocap suit, and it does it pretty much in real time. This is just going to get better. It's only the beginning. Seeing and modifying the virtual world with our hands, it's not enough. We need to feel it. Outputs from the virtual world into our physical is pretty difficult, but thankfully our sense of touch is much easier to fool than our vision. And there are technologies that soon enough will be able to do this. In my own experience, I use Wiimotes, all right? And just like stretching your arm out and having that rumble in your Wiimote when you're actually touching a virtual object, it's enough to tell you that, oh, there is something here. And that's Wiimotes, and you know that they're not supposed to be used for virtual reality. We're not going to be lifting virtual weights anytime soon, but we'll be able to shake hands and pat each other on the back, feel the rumble of the battlefield, and receive recall from the fireballs that you're bombarding the orcs of Mordor with. Telekinesis, transformation, teleportation, they're all just a fraction of what's possible in virtual reality. Imagination is the only limitation. I live in the future, and I'll continue to. Ideas form in the present, but in the future they're real, and that's where we need to be. Don't be afraid. It's an amazing time to be alive, and I encourage you to embrace it. I hope you get a taste of the future tonight, and I promise you that it will only get better. Thank you.